And I know they can't always have, 2 summer cups, right? There's always not going to be like Olympics or, something like that. So I think they plan on continuing to bring in international teams and giving, the fans that exposure and the players the exposure. And I hope they keep it going, which I think they will. It's a lot of fun.
For sure. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Currently on No Other Pod here on KCSN. I'm Daniel Kooser here with Chris Wright. It's been too long, Chris. I don't remember what you look like. Still handsome as hell. What's going on, dude?
Oh, you're too kind, man. Had a very eventful, 14 days since we last recorded.
You did? You had an eventful 14 days?
Yeah, I did, and you did as well. I came out to see your play.
That seems like forever ago.
It does. Groundhog Day, absolutely fantastic. So if you're in the Topeka area, don't hesitate. Get your tickets now. I don't know how much, I don't know how many showings are left.
Bro, 15.
But,
15 left. It's insane.
So you got time. People, you got a little bit of time. But don't wait too long.
It's wild. Were you laughing? Was it funny?
It was funny, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple people next to us just thought it was the funniest thing on the planet because they were
just dying,
rolling. Yeah, but
it's pretty good. Have you seen the movie?
A long time ago.
Long time.
So I saw it probably like I don't know, God, like 15, 20 years ago or something. So
oh shit, I watched it a couple months ago for the first time.
It was a nice refresher for me.
It's pretty fun little story. Good little concept, really. That's kind of. Groundhog Day really branched off a lot of different movies. I don't know if you ever saw Happy Death Day, but it's like a Groundhog Day-esque horror film where every day she wakes up and she gets murdered and then wakes up in bed again. And to break this loop, you have to do some kind of task. That's Groundhog Day. So she has to solve who her killer is. There's like a slasher on the loose, They made 2 of these movies, bro. Happy Death Day 2.
Oh, wow.
It's it was highly enjoyable. Wakes up every morning to like a song on the radio similar to Groundhog Day. Has little meltdowns and shit and gets killed in the most gruesome of ways. It's always different. It's pretty wild. And
what I liked about this one is I think you did a really good job just kind of portraying the evolution of the character, which is one of the. I haven't seen all your shows, obviously, but to me, they had kind of the best development I think I've seen of any of your shows.
Obviously, you can only do what's written, and it's obviously written that way. But I am very conscious of that. Like the first third of the show, I get to be an absolute dick, which is so fun. And then that second third is kind of like, a little redemption. And then third, you really like this guy. And so it's kind of fun to be like that heel and then win the crowd over by the end. But being a dick's fun, dude. It just is.
You have to cover kind of every spectrum of,
Oh my gosh, just treating people like shit, treat people like objects, it's crazy. But in the movie, he was the same way, dude. He didn't want to be there. He didn't give a shit.
I need to go back and rewatch it.
Not a bad idea. It's classic. Man, it's been a couple weeks since we've been here. We didn't have games last week to talk about, so we just didn't meet. We were like, what are we gonna do? Talk about the new Superman movie because I could, because it's fantastic. But no, we waited till these 2 games happened, and Teal Cup champions, baby. As if there was any doubt. I'm not gonna lie to you. I went to the game last night. I had some doubts. I was a little nervous. Did you watch live?
I did, and
we're gonna break them down in order as they happened. I do want to kind of cover the first one first, and then hit the second one because. Kind of a tale of 2 games, really. Some good spots, some bad spots. But there were some miscellaneous things that happened while we've been away. The coach of the month was announced, and Vlatko Andonovski is the June coach of the month. It's amazing. When has he won this? When was the last time he won this?
Oh,
I had a hard time finding this.
I'm not sure if it says.
Well, it's cool that they recognize coaches like this. I mean, MLS does like teams of the match day, team of the week, really, and so there's like a coach of the week on there too. But during the month of June, man, we won all 3 of our games. Only team in the league to do that in the month of June. Outscored our opponents 7-3. Quite a good month to go into the summer break with. And we're at the top of the table, man. We are just clear up there. No one's within striking distance in the near future. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, we're on a 6-match win streak. Closed out the first half of the regular season here, 6-match win streak, which is our longest regular season win streak in franchise history. It's just awesome, bro. We got a lot going on with this team. So congrats to Vlatko. I'm sure his eyes on the big prize with the big trophy at the end of the year. I'm sure this is just like, okay, cool. Thanks for acknowledging me. It's fine. I'm not doing the work. It's the players on the field, right?
I'm sure he doesn't care. He's not the type of person to me that cares about those kind of accolades, right? Just
right.
Wins and losses.
Wins and trophies. Losses. That's what matters right now. Trophies, absolutely. And similarly, the June Best 11 was announced since we've been away. And another trio of players on there. We just keep making up 25% of this Best 11 here, which is awesome. And our goalkeeper, Lorena, obviously, is on there. Just a Brazilian superstar. Tim Wachwinga on there. And Kayla Sharples, dare I say, one of the most important components of our team. Like, just anchored this defensive line since she came in about a year ago. This girl, dude.
What she's done has been nothing short of amazing. I mean, obviously, we had issues with our back line prior to her and Cook. We had a little bit of, kind of an inexperienced back line outside of Ball. But, man, she's come in and just been an absolute leader on this team. I mean, to me, obviously, Lowe's your captain, right? But to me, she's another captain on that field at the same time. So I think what she brings on and off the field, just both with physical ability and just her IQ and leadership is any team would be lucky to have her.
Yeah. I'm starting to sense a trend like this Best 11 every month, man. Our 3 recipients in June are the most of any team in June, as has been the case every month this season. We've had the most Best 11 participants than any team between March, April, May, and June. No other club in NWSL history has had more players recognized on the Best 11 team in the first 4 months of the season. We've had 13. March, April, May, June. That's 4. 13 divided by 4. I mean, that's at least 3 people on the Best 11 every month. It's crazy.
Spoiled.
It's we're giving big Patriots energy, bro. The people, fans of other teams can't like us. There's no way we're liked. I know I wouldn't like us. If I was like a Orlando fan or Chicago or something, I'd be like, fuck KC, dude.
If I'm any other team, I'm bitching about. I'm thinking salary cap, recruiting advantages. Like
it makes sense.
I would throw every rule out there as humanly possible to try and prevent Kansas City from
Deflate gate.
Yeah. And what's great is that's why the investment into the stadium and the training facility are so important.
Yeah,
because we don't have to worry. That's not built into any cap, right? Like that's just a sheer advantage that we have over everybody else. And other teams are going to start catching up. But right now, man, when you bring these teams in, these players see it. They want to come here. They want to be here. And then also credit to the city, right? When we had Laurel Ivory on, she talked about how you see Kansas City current fans are everywhere. Grocery store, airport, just wherever you go, they're everywhere. So, the fans really kind of make it easy too.
Yeah, dude. Chawinga obviously had a hell of a June as well. Had 2 goals and an assist in June. I think that gets her on this list. Lorena has played every minute for us this season. Has a 76.2% save percentage, which is second among goalkeepers who have started 10 or more matches this season. Of course, in June, she made her penalty kick save against Lissa Thompson, which was awesome. Lissa Thompson's been practicing her TikToks, I can see. We talked about that. But also, like Lorena, Sharples has also been on the pitch for every single minute of this season, dude. She don't sub out. Death, taxes, and Sharple's playing all 90 minutes. That's just how it is right now. And her clearances, bro, she wins 100% of her attempted tackles, 12 clearances in June, just 6 straight victories. Just a staple back there, man. It's amazing. 10 goals conceded in 13 matches. That's the fewest in the league. She's a big reason to that. I bet Lorena's happy to have her right there in front of her.
Unreal.
So that's your best 11. Another thing, they flexed our August 1st game, which, if you're paying attention, that's our return to NWSL play, is August 1st, Friday night. I believe it was going to be on NWSL Plus and like locally on KMCI, 38 The Spot, all that shit. That's disrespectful. Sorry for saying that. It's now going to be on Prime Video, which is awesome. Easier to watch for a lot of folks, I think. NWSL Plus can be kind of different, hooking up your laptop to the TV and stuff. So this is great. And it's Louisville, so I hope we're getting healthy. And speaking of healthy, Alex Pfeiffer's back, dude. Alex Pfeiffer's back, and she has played these last 2 games. We've seen her on the field, those fast little legs. She's just, it's very exciting. I think the players are very happy to have her back. I think the fans are very appreciative of her, 13-month journey to recover from this ACL. It's been really cool to see her get healthy again.
It really feels like, most players have an ACL injury nowadays, right? It's sad, but it's kind of reality.
Meniscus too. She had, the meniscus was rocked as well.
And it was weird because when it happened, I don't remember seeing it happen either. I don't know if it was a game or practice, but if it was in a game, I don't recall seeing something where she's on the field and has to be carted off or carried off, right? Just tough player too.
Yeah.
But man, it again just shows the depth of our team, right?
Oh yeah.
When you take a look at our who can attack, it's clearly the best attacking group in the league, bar none.
Well, and they activated her the day before the first Teal Cup match. And so it was okay, we might see a little Alex Pfeiffer this weekend, man. We haven't seen her for a good while. So that's pretty cool. But there were 2 matches. This is oh my God, dude. This is a double victory pod. This is a championship victory pod. And that being said, we'll come back and talk all about it right after this break. Stay right there.
Looking for tickets for your next event? Tickets for Less is your #1 source. Save big on every purchase when you use promo code KCSN at ticketsforless.com.
I'm BJ Kissel, founder and CEO of KC Sports Network. Emprise Bank has been with us from the beginning. They were our first network partner, and they believed in the vision of what we were building from the start. I can't speak to any other banks or companies and how they operate, but I can tell you from personal experience and based on the growth of the network you're listening to right now, that if you have banking needs, call our friends at Emprise Bank. We've worked with so many great people there over the years, from Vicky and Aggie to Andrea, Lori, Jackie, Deb, and Aaron, and not to mention so many others that not just supported KC Sports Network, but supported our KCSN Foundation as well. But the best thing that I know is that if I have a question or a problem, no matter how dumb the question is, I know who I'm going to call and who I'm going to talk to, and I know that I'm getting an answer from someone that I can trust, and I know that person is there to help us. That's why Emprise Bank has always been and continues to be our partner in Possible, and they can be yours too. You just have to reach out. If you have a banking need, whether it's business or personal, hit me up. I will connect you directly with the same people that have helped us build KCSN, and that's our friends at Emprise Bank.
Folks, there's nothing that beats relaxing on a hot summer day and watching some baseball. And there's no simpler way to get in on the action than by downloading the Pick 6 app from DraftKings. It's crazy simple. Just pick more or less on the stats for 2 or more of your favorite players, and boom, you're in the mix for big cash prizes. And the best part, Pick 6 is available right here in Missouri. Don't miss out on the fun. Don't settle for a smaller payout. Switch to Pick 6, and right now, new customers can get $25 in bonus picks with their first deposit of $5. Here's what you got to do. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code KCSN. That's code KCSN for new customers to get $25 in bonus picks with their first deposit of $5. Better payouts, bigger wins, Only with Pick 6 from DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Bonus picks expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
All right, dude. As mentioned, oh, by the way, I was at the game last night, and season ticket members got a free gift. Are you familiar with your free gift?
I am. It's a 3x5 flag, if I remember correctly?
Like 3 foot by, like, it's big. It's a big flag. I didn't expect this. I thought it'd be like a smaller little miniature flag, but she's big. And do you have this? Did you get it yet?
No, I have not attended during the games in which they handed it out. So I'm going to email my rep and make sure I get one for sure.
I think you have other options. I think you have other opportunities in the email that probably came to you. Did they list all the dates and stuff?
I saw the Teal Rising Cup games. I'll have to double check and see if there's other ones on there.
You should probably double check, make sure you hit submit and all that, Mr. Media Game, snafu, whatever happened to you there. What happened? You didn't get on the team.
First of all, I submitted my application, or I thought I did, but I did have a cool opportunity to come up to go to Dallas and see AEW's All-In pay-per-view. So that was a lot of fun.
Fly down there?
I did.
Wow. Okay.
But I had a group of friends of mine went, and one of them had to back out. So I basically got to go for free outside of my flight. But absolutely.
That's pretty crazy. If you can get here, the ticket's yours. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And the person who backed out, he's doing pretty well. So I don't think he's going to miss the couple hundred. But man, it was so fun. So affordable too. Like, I think the cheapest ticket was like $36.
For what? For your
for
flight?
the pay-per-view. No, sorry, for the pay-per-view.
To get in? 36
Get in.
bucks?
In the door, they're like $36.
Isn't this like their WrestleMania?
So it was initially planned for London, but
Yeah.
Coldplay had scheduled the date like a year in
Fucking
advance.
Coldplay.
I know. So normally it's scheduled for London, like at Wembley, but it's, because of that, we got it in the US, man. It was a lot of fun.
A lot of people. Okay.
Got me back into wrestling a little bit. So you better believe I'm going to be texting you some wrestling stuff. So
very cool. Very, I'm all in on the storylines, bro. It's a hell of a time.
Yeah.
No pun intended, all in. But no, it's they had the media game Saturday. I could not be there as I had a show. You were out of town as well. But our producer Nick and Jimmy did play in this media game. They didn't get hurt, but they're very sore. Jimmy had a couple little runs, and he's like, my quads are a little hurt right now. And Nick mentioned he was a little sore the next day as well. We're just we're not soccer fit, man. Next year we'll have to be we'll have to get Teal fit. You know what I mean? Really be a force in that game.
Well, I mean, they won, right?
Their team did win.
Their team win, so pretty cool. KCSN undefeated the last few years, so gonna have to
represent.
Keep that rolling.
It's pretty cool. Team Storm is what they were. Look at that. And they got they didn't get like actual jerseys this year, but they got like they almost look like training tops, but yet I've never seen these training tops worn on players or anything. So I'm like, are these one of a kind like media game training tops that can't be purchased anywhere? If so, I love uniqueness, man. I love exclusivity. I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm all about freebies, man. A jersey, whatever. I will wear that thing until the threads fall off.
Right. I don't know who we got to talk to do like an unboxing on the podcast for the new jersey every year. You know what I mean? Like we could break it down right here for the folks. This is why you guys show up. Who do we talk to? But this Saturday night, man, I didn't get to watch live. I was keeping an eye on things, at intermission. My wife texted me. She's actually doing backstage for the show, so she texted me for backstage and said, "Hey, Hayley Hopkins has 2 goals," and I was like, "Shut your mouth! Like, what is happening? It's not even. It's halftime. She has 2 goals. Okay." And I ended up watching this whole game the next day. I was like, "Where do I see this?" Like, it was on ESPN Plus. I know they do on-demand stuff. Let me go to their search bar, and I just typed KC Current, and it came up in their on-demand section in Spanish and in English. And so I watched it Sunday morning. had the best time because even watching these games back, like, you know what's going to happen, right? But you still don't know how the sauce gets made. Like, it's all that stuff in between. You know that goals get scored, but you didn't really pay attention to when they get scored, right? So I'm watching it like it's a live game, dude. I'm excited. Just home alone watching this game, 9 a.m. And we're playing Brazilian Serie A1 Palmeiras, and they are. You would think I think a pretty good team in Brazil. I can't believe we spanked them 3-0. I was very surprised by the in score, but being able to face a Brazilian club and test your mettle against everybody like that is a big deal, man. And we played a lot of bench players. Like,
We did.
a lot. We're the only actual starters, like regular starters that started this game, was Hayley Sharples. And I believe that's it. Because as you know, Lorena is with the Brazilian national team right now. Our gal Laurel Ivory, fellow Lego bud, she got the start. You could argue Rocky Rodriguez is a starter because Lowe was out for a little bit, but
She starts on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
For sure.
and that, man, our regular starters, Cooper, Labonta, Hutton, Izzy, Mace, Chewinga, Ball, all of them were on the bench. And I want to say I was surprised because last year when we had the Summer Cup, the Women's Cup, whatever it was, we played our starters, dude. We went for it. We kept our ladies fresh. And this year, like, we changing it up, letting them rest. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, as long as there's no injuries, I'm okay with it. Yeah,
Chewinga did not get in the game. Like, that was, well, you didn't need her. Why would you need to put her in the game?
No. And, this is a perfect opportunity to get some playing time for some of the depth. Scott, Mary Long, Steigletter, just a lot of players who typically, you want to keep them game fit. You want to keep them kind of in the swing of things just in case there's an injury, right? Heaven forbid. You never want to see it, but just in case there is, you kind of want them to have some playing time. And this is a perfect opportunity for that. And then, Lowe also got back during this tournament. So it was nice to see her get back in there.
It was nice to see her get some minutes later on. This game started, dude, pretty early, as we like to do. We almost went ahead in the 9th minute, for God's sakes. Nichelle Prince slid a ball across goal that Hayley Hopkins put into the back of the net. Clearly offsides. There is no VAR in this little tournament, but it was clearly offsides. It was the right call. So we finally broke through in the 34th minute. As I'm watching this, I'm starting to get a little worried. I'm like, man, we score early, but hold on. Tamper my expectations here. We have our backups in, right? We have our bench players in who are more than capable of getting the job done, as they end up showing us in this game. This is a team goal, man. Rocky Rodriguez gets a loose ball near the penalty area, gives a little give and go with Lacho, and then Rodriguez slid the ball out wide for Ellie Wheeler. Wheeler takes a couple touches down the right flank for Nichelle Prince, who gets the ball in stride. Nichelle is super fast. To just her and Michelle Cooper out there in that position, it doesn't matter who's there for me. They're both going to cook the competition.
If you're a defender, you try to, or Chewinga, like, in any game, you try to put your fastest player, obviously, on their fastest player to eliminate their strategic, advantage. But
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do in this case?
Exactly. And she, Feist then gets the ball near post and does a little cross to set up a half volley situation for Hayley Hopkins, just 6 yards from goal. A lot of players touch the ball on this little sequence, and she puts it into the corner, man, marking Hayley Hopkins' first goal at CPKC Stadium. That's pretty exciting.
Really? Wow. Okay.
She's scored
Yeah.
for us, but not here, not at home. Very cool. We're up 1-0, 34 minutes in. Not much time goes by, about 10 minutes. Hayley gets her second goal. The Bailey Feist, Hayley Hopkins connection happens again, man. Bailey gets the ball down the left side. And and gives Hopkins, takes a few touches right there and just cooks a defender. Just gets around her real easy and gets a little strike in the other corner of the net. 2-0, dude, with a Hayley Hopkins brace at halftime. That's pretty cool. And all I wanted for her was for a hat trick. And she was going for it too.
She's competitive, man. Like when you watch her on the field, she does not slow down at all. It doesn't matter what minute it is. She's going for it. And God, during her like post-game interviews too, she's so mature, man. Another leader on the team too. Never have enough.
Never have enough leaders, man. She's a big deal. Pretty viable striker option too if we need somebody. And then, man, it did not take long in the second half for us to put the cherry on top of this thing. And about 5 minutes in, Vlatko decided to get involved, who's also a very quick individual. Very viable option to streak down the field, you know what I mean? And, kind of drives a low shot right outside the 18-yard box. And it was near the end line, and the goalkeeper initially gets hands on this thing. And the kind of spin that was on this ball, the goalkeeper's just not able to hang on to it. And it's an own goal. Very, very bad mistake from this goalkeeper. So kind of weird, but that doesn't happen without Vlatko getting in a perfect position.
No, we make a lot of opportunities kind of on that byline there. I know Cooper's got some crosses in previously NWSL games, and you just put it in there, man. You never know. Something's going to happen.
You never know. 66th minute comes along. Alex Pfeiffer enters. The crowd loves her. Is just so appreciative. Bro, this girl's a literal high schooler and is getting an ovation like this. It's she's a star, bro. She's a star. And she's competitive. You can see it on her face. And everyone on the team is her friend and very, very proud of her for this. So this was a cool moment.
What I love about it too is obviously when you go off with an injury, it just sucks, but she's young. She's growing physically, mentally, emotionally, and with her IQ as well, and practicing with our team day in and day out, assuming she can. I know we're going to see a different version of her than what we originally saw. I'm sure there's a version that the team knows that she's going to be scary good, and we don't even know at this point.
I know, dude. And I don't know what her contract looks like or what kind of money she's getting paid, but like she's making more money than I did at 16, 17 years old. You know what I mean? I was stocking shelves at Fooperless for like $7.50 an hour,
Well, the fact that her and Hutton were our first, youth signings just shows you kind of what we think of them. So, and
they're getting meaningful minutes, both of them.
Yeah. I'm excited for the future of Alex. So
sure.
We'll see how she
it was exciting because Labonta also gets in this game, which is her first action since May 24th. And Pfeiffer almost gets a goal, bro, thanks to Labonta, a little through ball. And Pfeiffer's one-on-one with the keeper, and then keeper stands tough and gets it. But I was like, oh, my God, she's going to score on her return. This is amazing.
She scored in the very first game against Portland, the very first game at CPKC. Her first game she scored.
Yes, she did. The match ends 3-0. Just a thumping on this Brazilian side. I could not be more happy. It's really cool to welcome an international team. And I was hoping the other Brazilian team would get it done against Chicago because I didn't want to face Chicago because we've played Chicago.
Right.
I want to see the other Brazilian team. And the other Brazilian team, it took them a minute. I think they had to, they had a second half stoppage time goal off a set piece to beat Chicago 1-0. And I'm like, if you only beat Chicago 1-0 in like the last minute of the game, we should probably smoke you. Like you're in trouble. We got you. And that really wasn't the case, man. Well, we played Corinthians 8:00, and I came for the second half of the third place game, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And that was a really fun game. Chicago was really going for it, trying to tie it up and force penalties at the end. But how that ended up, Chicago got fourth place. Palmeiras got third. Big whoop. I want to take our second break real fast, and then we'll come back and talk about this championship. So stay right there.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network.
All right. Championship game, Tuesday night, 90-some degrees. Not bad, though, bro. You know where we sit, right in the sun. It's a little wild, but cloud coverage was there. And woo, you loved it. You love to see it. Got my babas, pita and hummus. Had a good time. Didn't need it, but the more I saw it, I was like, kind of want it.
There's nothing worse than kind of wanting something and then you see somebody else walk by with what you want and you're like, that's it.
There are worse things to have than pita chips and hummus. You know what I mean? I put it on like a scale of like a big drippy cheeseburger or like pita and hummus, and I'm like, you make smarter choices. Didn't need it because I did eat dinner before I came.
It's an easy way to justify it, right? Well, yeah. At least I'm not, eat a big cheeseburger or large pizza.
Precisely. This was a tough game, dude. This Corinthians team, I fully expected to whoop their ass. I was like, you only beat Chicago 1-0 and you had to do it in stoppage time? Like, oh, you are so cooked. Like, I also kind of wondered if we would play our starters. And yes and no, we did. It was like half starters on the field and half newbies / bench players. The starters on there, though, you had Sharples again, obviously. You had Izzy Rodriguez. Lamonta got the start. Claire Hutton was in there. Michelle Cooper. And, then other starters subbed in later. Haley Mace came in. But also, Chewinga never saw the field. I was like, damn it. I want some Chewinga speeds and Chewinga goals, And this thing got started early. It made me think, here we go. Y'all are done. Because in the 3rd minute, Labonta to Cooper. Labonta picks her out, dude. It's the pass for me. It's the midfield pass. Seeing the angle, seeing the opening. Cooper just takes it and slots it past the keeper. Cooper was torching her defender all game. All freaking game. And they were chippy, man. This was the Brazilian way. They were trying to slow up the game. They were like holding balls on throw-ins and not giving it to us. They were kicking balls away, which, referee, if you're listening to this podcast, that's a yellow card, but whatever, either here nor there. But then they would get yellow cards for stuff later on and were just flabbergasted. Couldn't believe it. Like, what? I only kicked her in the leg. That can't possibly be a cautionary thing. It was bullshit. I think it's a Brazilian thing, right? Like, didn't soccer just get so passionate in South America?
They just, passion. I mean, that's you kind of hit it on the head there. But Corinthians, they're number 2, or they finished number 2 in their domestic league in Brazil. With 34 points, only, they missed the top spot by 2 points, but they had a goal difference of 14 more than the first place team. So, it's
wow.
Kind of going back to the whole thing. I just love how we get some of these top teams from another country to come over.
Well, it's cool.
Yeah. But back to your previous point, man, that what struck me about that goal by Cooper was that touch, because that was a great pass, but there was a player next to her. It'd be very easy to kind of mistouch that ball or, kind of bobble it or try to cut it back to, give yourself some space. But she collected that thing calmly and just put it right past the keeper.
Dude, and that sequence started with Sharples in the back and did a little defensive intervention from a long ball from the Corinthians. And Hayley Hopkins gets it and slides an angled pass backwards for Labonta, who goes forward and curls a ball through multiple defenders to hit Cooper in stride. I was like, man, it's almost like y'all do this on the daily, because it just looked perfect. One-on-one opportunity with the keeper, man. Cooper buries that. And I'm going like this. I'm like, woo, we're in the 3rd minute. We're in for another one of our steam-rolling games. And I was just feeling so good, bro. And
got them right where we wanted them.
100%. And I'm like, we're not done yet, because Cooper gets a goal and an assist every game. So she got her goal out of the way. Now she's got to get an assist. It's almost like she's getting, going for all those extra stats on FIFA. Like you start a game and they're like, hey, you get more points for a goal and then you get additional points for an assist. She's got to hit all her bases. And it was less than 20 minutes later, man, where she gets her assist, bro. Katie Scott. Didn't even mention this, by the way. I should have mentioned this last game. Katie Scott was phenomenal.
Yes.
Katie Scott was taking all the corner kicks. I was just like, okay. And they were great. They were great services. And I'm like, I could stand to see more of Katie Scott on the field. As we know, her and Mary Long both are like stalwarts on the youth national team. And they score and they dominate. And so very happy they're both on our team, man. Mary Long's got that stride of a gazelle, bro. She takes off.
She does. She doesn't have the short, choppy feet, man. But once she gets going, a little bit like a CC Kaiser type of deal. Like
a bit. Little Daniel Shallowy action.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But Katie Scott sends a long ball down the right wing for Cooper. I'm like, here we go again. Cooper's too fast, bro. And she gives like Serena Williams vibes. Like is built and fast.
She's a unicorn.
She's a unit.
She will truck you and speed by you at the same time. And there's nothing you can do.
I love it, dude. Because that's what speed do. It's 22nd minute, man. Cooper races past her defender, gets in the penalty area. It's a low ball that meets Mary Long right there. Welcome for your goal, Mary Long. This is awesome, dude. Her first professional start was Saturday, and she got a full 90 minutes. And so got the starting spot for Tuesday. I was ecstatic. She couldn't have been in a better position. Just snuck in behind her defender. I don't know how she was so wide open. It was crazy.
I mean, I thought she had a pretty good showing on Saturday as well.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Earned that starting spot. But like you said, man, right place, right time. And there's a strategy to that, right? Like there's a talent in always being in the right place at the right time. And she was right there, cool, calm, collected, man, just put a foot on it. Didn't try to do too much or too little. Just finished it beautifully.
It was amazing. And there's Cooper, just contributing to every freaking goal we ever get. We got to be happy that trading up in the draft worked out. That's a big deal, man. And this didn't last long. I'm like, 2-0. Cool, man. We're trucking. It's only halfway through the first half. Let's keep this game going. I want 4 out of this thing. 2 minutes later, Corinthians gets a goal, man. It was rough. A ball gets curled into the penalty area. Ball gets headed into the back of the net. A freaking header. You hate to see it. Just kind of an unmarked situation. Little chaos thing. It was rough. I really wanted Laurel to have a shutout in this tournament too. I thought that would have been great, but alas, here we are.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like she could do much about that. I was learning lesson that scare. I mean, that kind of put the scare in me for the rest of the game, though.
Oh yes, I was on pins and needles. I was it was an anxiety attack every time they came at us, because the rest of the game, in terms of like combat and battle, we were not really on the offensive. Like we were bunkered in on our defense, dude, because they were sending everything at us, especially in the second half. But in the second half, they started coming immediately. But like in the 54th minute, man, I thought we had a breakthrough. Oh boy, did I. Lacho weaves through defenders. She's so quick. I'm like, look at her, dude. She's just slippery little eel. Sends the ball forward for Hayley Hopkins. Holds off some defenders. Izzy Rodriguez is coming up, because that's what she does down the left flank. And she strikes a beautiful ball. And I think it gets tipped. I think the goalkeeper gets some thingies. Gets some thingies on it.
Yeah. And it barely
hits the crossbar.
Yeah.
I think she probably hits the crossbar anyways if the goalkeeper doesn't touch it. I think.
I don't know. Like it took because I watched the replay a couple times, and it took a little bit of a definitely kind of upward trajectory after it made contact with those fingers.
Okay.
That was a blast, though.
It would have been great. 3-1 would have been a good nail in the coffin situation, and not had us feel like we're on our heels the rest of the game, because that's what it felt like, dude. Sharples had to make a crucial headed clearance. There was a set piece that required Ivory to get to be pretty athletic and make a save. She was called into action again, who had to dive to stop a long-range effort. I think they hit the post one time. I was like, oh, no. Like, they're going to force penalties. Not only am I going to be here till like 11 o'clock, I live an hour and 10 minutes away. We're trying to get home. But I want to win this game, dude.
You don't want to lose your own cup. You don't want to lose your own cup.
I don't want to lose at all.
Yeah.
But like I want to raise up this made up trophy on our field. I don't care. The trophy doesn't matter, but it's a trophy. It was a pretty cool looking trophy, by the way.
It was a cool trophy.
Ribbons all over it. Little Visit Missouri thing. Pretty cool thing at the beginning, by the way. Dabinia raised the Missouri flag. Yeah, she was just over there cranking like this. She's just smiling like, I'm injured, but I'm supposed to crank this flag right now.
Something you never thought you'd see, right? Now I have a bingo card for 2025.
And you didn't see that on the broadcast, I also will say, and no disrespect at all, but like the Brazilian national anthem, that bitch is long. Like it was going, I was like, damn, I thought our national anthem was like pretty long, you know what I mean? But their thing, and they had two women singing it, dude. There was one gal doing harmonies and stuff. I was like, this is pretty great. Like this is a choral lesson right here. I'm loving it.
That's cool. I don't think I've ever heard it in person. Or maybe I have. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a cool situation. But dude, we ultimately held off all their pressure by the end of the game. I was not confident. I really thought they were going to come down and equalize things, and we weren't putting on any more like attacking pieces. What we did is we took off Lacho. So we take off an attacker and we put on Haley Mace. Boom. We now have 5 in the back. And you can see it too, dude. They're lined up, all 5 back there, just strong. And at one point, they Corinthians had like 5 attackers trying to go in for like set piece stuff. And we had like 7 defenders back there just bunkered in. It was pretty cool. Champions, though, of our first Teal Cup. I don't know if we'll see it again next year. I would think we would if it was a pretty successful situation. But
I mean, inaugural, right? So to me, that means that it's something they want to continue moving forward. And I know they can't always have, 2 summer cups, right? There's always not going to be like Olympics or something like that. So I think they plan on continuing to bring in international teams and giving, the fans that exposure and the players the exposure. And I hope they keep it going, which I think they will. It's a lot of fun.
For sure. I kind of view this as like, it's kind of a business trip too, dude. Because if you remember, Atletico Madrid visited us last year and they ended up signing our defender, Lauren, who went over to Madrid. And I think it's kind of like that, man. I wonder if players view it as like an audition process, like, I don't know, maybe someone wants to go play in Brazil and one of these teams sees someone on KC Current and want to offer a bunch of money and a trade discussion is, or acquisition is discussed, it's possible. And vice versa. Maybe KC Current saw something they liked in one of those players and is like, we think you'd be good in our midfield, You never know.
It gives a chance to talk to the player, right? Like not just see their footage, but just talk to the player, see who they are, their demeanor, their attitude. I know, something we can talk about next week, but free agency is, going to be coming upon us pretty quickly. Contracts are kind of crazy right now. So having the Dabinia, having all the Brazilian players really helps, in my opinion, continue to recruit those players and retain them. So
for sure. Now, I will say something pretty funny. I don't think I've ever applauded for a yellow card for our own team, but when Ivory got a yellow in like the 4th minute of stoppage time, I was like, hey, take that time, baby.
She knew exactly what she was doing.
Yes,
crafty veteran.
She was like, okay, got it. I dig it. She put the ball down or something, and then was like, nah, I think I'm gonna go over to this side of the box. Why not play the game? They were mucking up the game the whole time, bro. Like flopping around. Oh, they got me. And then when the foul's not called, they got up and started running again. I was like, what is this? This is NWSL, by the way. We don't do that, Brazil. Okay, we don't do the flopping thing.
Save that for the European leagues, please.
I don't know. my dad.
European men. Let me clarify that. European men's league.
I will say I had 0 friends come with me because all my ticket block, you and your partner, Chip and his, Sky and hers, everybody could not come. And I was like, I took all the tickets. And so I brought first timers, bro. My cousin and his wife have never been. My stepbrother and his boyfriend had never been. My dad and stepmom had never been. It was like a family affair. They all had just the best time and were just like, keep us in mind for the future. And like, this was a lot of fun. And my dad asked me, my dad goes, they spend a lot of time on the ground. Is that a thing? I said, Dad, I think it's a Brazil thing. I said, if you see one of our players on the ground, chances are something's up. They might be a little hurt. Maybe something happened, they need to walk it off. But that's not a thing that we do.
If he thinks that's the thing, he needs to watch some men's soccer.
Yeah. Well, isn't Neymar from Brazil, right? Like maybe it's just a Brazil thing, dude, to like roll around 9 times and hope that you get a foul called.
That World Cup, I know you're talking about.
Jesus Christ.
He like rolled halfway across like the bench. Like it was barely even touched. It's such a Chicharito when he played for LA, like I think some of the other players like touched him and he was like all freaking out and fell on the ground.
Yeah. I don't know how, if I'm hurt, I'm going to lay there. I don't have the strength to just roll around like a roly-poly. I can't just do that. I don't know. You ever been clicked and you go down and you're like, I'm not rolling. That will probably hurt more.
I get clipped and I try and get up because I'm not sure if there's going to be a foul call. I mean, as long as
I try to get up because I'm a fucking beast.
I mean, this is Rec, by the way, so let me preface that. But you're
not getting the foul.
And I'm a defender, so if I get hit to the ground, chances are, it's not good. So I got to get up and get going.
No, I feel you. I never got fouls, bro, and I never got knocked down. I'm like, whatever. Who gives a shit? This is Bush League over here, Lawrence, Kansas, Bush League.
Just push people on the corners.
I do push people. I'm physical, bro. I'm Kayla Sharples back there, man.
Yeah.
I think. Anyways, Teal Cup champions. This is cool. They had some merch there too, like T-shirts commemorating the situation, scarves. Didn't get one. Kind of, if you'll see, I don't have any room for scarves. I don't know what to do. Some of these need to be sold or put into retirement. I don't know.
You always have a nice rotation.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I've like soundproofed this room. I'm pretty sure the scarves like help absorb sound. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
For a podcast studio. But dude, we do not play again until August 1st. We got some time. If there's any knocks from this Teal Cup, everyone can rest up, train, stay out of the sun, and come back strong, man. When we got to go to Kentucky to play Louisville.
Yeah, I mean the fact that Alex is back, Lowe is back. Dabinia made a couple of posts, saying that, kind of implying that she was back, or at least she's good. Obviously she didn't play, and I'm glad she didn't. But kind of gives me some hope that she'll be back sooner than later for the start of the second half of the season.
That's pretty awesome. I do expect we'll see more of the regular starters when the season starts back up. They put in a good shift, and other people got a chance to prove their worth, and they did. And it just goes to show that we're a very dangerous team, dude. Like, we've talked about our depth all year, and we're scary. We're scary good.
Yeah. I think most analysis from all the professionals, basically conclude that we're the best team right now. Our form is the best. Our roster is the best. Vlatko's playing the players at their strength. And I'm not saying it's us, ours to lose, because, form can kind of come and go. But we're being set up really well right now. So we just have to finish strong.
Yep, 100%. Is there anything else we need to cover in this game or in this week? I mean, what do you got?
I really don't have anything. Bailey Feist getting a red was kind of comical.
Oh, yes. I forgot to bring that up. I don't think it was a lot. The broadcasters said, that it was. I don't know. I think an elbow touched the lady. She fell down. That's the Brazilian way. Anyways, it is what it is. It sucks. So Bailey was not available.
Not like it carries over. It's not like it carries over or anything. So
well, it did. I mean, she
Well,
could have played in this championship game. You know, she would have been available, and so it just didn't work out. So that's all right. I think. Well, we get to shoot, man. What do we want to do next week?
I think next week would be a good time to kind of take a mid-season review. Just kind of as kind of where we're at, maybe some statistics, take a look at some of the contract situations, because free agency is going to be upon us. Players are signing.
Hold us to it, because I think you said that a couple weeks ago, and then we were like, just kidding. Let's take a week off. So hopefully,
Yeah. And, there's some big names out there, so it'll definitely kind of be worth taking a look and looking at, should they stay, should they go, what would keep them here? What would entice them to go somewhere else? I think this team next year will look different, much different.
I think you're right. Cool. Well, we'll get some kind of breakdown next week on that. In the meantime, hit us with those 5-star reviews and write a little something. Write us a little something on Apple Podcasts so we can read it and feel great about ourselves. Spotify too. And email us, nootherpod@gmail.com. Socials, @nootherpod, @DanKooser, @ChrisWright21. And we'll just count on seeing you guys next week. For Chris, I'm Daniel. We both love you so much. Goodbye.